So in the teaching of the science of mind, I know that out of a greater commitment to myself, and what I mean by that, out of a greater commitment to wanting to really show up and live my life as the person I say I want to be, that in that process, stuff comes up, but it comes up to be cleared up. And one of the ways to approach that is to not be so devastated by everything. Remembering what it says in the Bible, it says it came to pass. And so this is coming up now so that it will pass away and things will be better on the other side. I know that these principles are the spiritual truth. But living it is a moment-by-moment thing. That living it is a moment-by-moment process to choose the truth and take the high road and be loving here and now be loving here and be loving a little more and forgive a little more and forgive more. Right? We think it should be easy, but it just isn't a lot of the time. There will always be circumstances out here in the outer world, but we cannot allow those circumstances to deprive us from living, really living fully and showing up as the spiritual beings we know ourselves to be. Because there's I'm sorry, I don't think this is negative, but there's probably always going to be some traffic. There's just going to be days when you get the dry cleaning back and there are buttons missing. But it's a button. I'm here to tell you it's a button. It doesn't have to ruin your life. Plan ahead for the traffic. So for me, that looks like a picnic basket. I find great inspiration in Yogi Bear. A little picnic basket and some good things to listen to and, a wonderful cold drink. And then, of course, a bag of cookies, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. See, I think we give of ourselves fully, and that's how life responds to us. But when we give ourselves fractionally to life, that's also how life responds back to us. So if we're saving ourselves, well, someday when I get with somebody really nice, then I'm going to really show up as a great partner. Then I'm going to be really, really loving. When I get a great job, then I'm going to give 110% of myself. And so that sort of not fully participating in our own experience is one of the things that I see that really, really holds us back. I'm preparing to do a wedding for a couple from church, and they asked me, well, at the beginning of the ceremony, when people are there, we want them to get to know you, Dr. Mark, a little bit. Could you just kind of talk about relationships a little bit? Oh, and yeah, be funny, and it's like, well, that's the kiss of death, isn't it? Be funny, because then I look out and I think, well, all these people there who have this horrified look on their face like, oh my God, is this going to work? Is this going to work? God, I hope they work. God, maybe I should return the gift. Maybe I should have bought a cheaper gift. See, I think that part of this is how we approach anything is how we approach everything. And how we want to approach everything is to be willing to do whatever it takes to make it, our relationship, our dream, our creative expression come true. And in the process, just know that thoughts and fears come up. Now, what am I going to do with them? Well, one thing we could do is we could laugh in their face. Oh my God, there's more fear. I can't believe how much fear I have. Has anybody had as much doubt as I have? Well, so what? I'm going to do it anyway. See, because God has already done God's half of the job. God's already fulfilled God's end of the transaction. He has given all. And so we have to jump in. We have to not hold back, and come fumble around trying to figure it out and see, well, what's the next step that I can take where I can be absolutely safe and be sure of the outcome, and I know I won't be hurt, and I won't have egg on my face, and people won't say anything about me. Forget about it. Right? The spiritual truth is that no one is better than you. No one is actually richer than you. No one is more lovable than you. No one is more talented than you. You're just looking at outer evidence here. All right? But the truth is, God is everywhere equally present. That's what omnipresent means. The fullness and allness of God is present everywhere. Now,